Soil as a resource. Soil is the most important renewable natural resource. It is the medium of plant growth and supports different types of living organisms on the earth. It takes millions of years to form soil up to a few centimeters in depth. Various forces of nature such as change in temperature, actions of running water, wind and glaciers, activities of decomposers, etc. contribute to the formation of soil. Parent rock or bedrock, climate, vegetation and other forms of life and time are important factors in the formation of soil. Chemical and organic changes which take place in the soil also play an important role in its formation. Soil also consists of organic and inorganic materials. Organic materials in the soil is called as humus. Factors like wind, moisture, heat, plants and animals break down rocks into smaller parts. The heat of the sun and rain cracks rocks and break them into smaller pieces. These pieces get scattered due to the strong winds and running water and again break down into sand and silt. Different types of soils are formed depending on the rocks they are made from because different rocks are made of different kinds of minerals. Classification of soils. On the basis of the factors responsible for soil formation, color, thickness, texture, age, chemical and physical properties, the soils of India are classified in different types. Alluvial soils. The entire northern plains are made of alluvial soil. The alluvial soil is deposited by three important Himalayan river systems, the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra. It is also found in Rajasthan, Gujarat and eastern coastal plains, particularly in the deltas of the Mahanadi, the Godavari, the Krishna and the Kaveri rivers. The alluvial soil consists of various proportions of sand, silt and clay. As we move inland towards the river valleys, soil particles appear to be bigger in size, whereas in the upper side of the river valley, the soils are coarse. Based on age, alluvial soils can be classified as old alluvial or Bangar. The Bangar or old alluvial soil has a higher concentration of canker nodules than the new alluvial soil. New alluvial soil is also called as Khada. It has more fine particles and is more fertile than the old alluvial soil. Alluvial soils are very fertile. These soils contain an adequate proportion of potash, phosphoric acid and lime, which are ideal for the growth of sugarcane, paddy, wheat and other cereal and pulse crops. Black soil. Black soil is formed by the weathering or breaking of igneous rocks and also by the cooling or solidification of lava from the volcano eruption. Therefore, it is also called lava soil. The soil is black in color and is also known as regur soil. Climatic conditions along with the parent rock material are the important factors for the formation of black soil. Black soil is ideal for growing cotton and is also known as black cotton soil. This type of soil is typical of the Deccan Trap region, spread over northwest Deccan Plateau and is made up of lava flows. The soil covers the plateaus of Maharashtra, Saurashtra, Malwa, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh and extends in the southeast direction along the Godavari and the Krishna valleys. The black soils are made up of extremely fine, that is clayey material and well known for their capacity to hold moisture. Black soil is nutrients rich and contains calcium carbonate, magnesium, potash and lime. This soil is sticky when wet and difficult to work on unless tilled immediately after the first shower or during the pre-monsoon period. Red and yellow soils. Red and yellow soils develop on crystalline igneous rocks in areas of low rainfall in the eastern and southern parts of the Deccan Plateau. These soils develop a reddish color due to diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks. It looks yellow when it occurs in a hydrated form. Red soil is found in parts of Odisha, Chhattisgarh, southern parts of the Middle Ganga plain and along the pediment zone of the Western Ghats. Laterite soil. The laterite soil develops under tropical and subtropical climate with the alternate wet and dry season. This soil is the result of intense leaching due to heavy rain. Laterite soils are acidic in nature and generally deficient in plant nutrients. This type of soil is found mostly in southern states. Western Ghats region of Maharashtra, Odisha, some parts of West Bengal and northeast regions also contains laterite soil. The soil supports deciduous and evergreen forests but poor in humus. Laterite soil is very useful for growing tea and coffee. Arid soils. Arid soils are the soils of desert or semi-desert regions and its color varies from red to brown. The soil has sandy texture and salinity because in these areas precipitation is very low, the temperature is high and evaporation is faster. These factors make it lack in moisture and humus. So arid soils range from red to brown in color. The soil is generally sandy in texture and saline in nature. In some areas, the salt content is very high and common salt is obtained by evaporating the water. Arid soil lacks humus and moisture. The lower horizons of the soil are occupied by canker because of the increasing calcium content downwards. Forest soil. These soils are found in the hilly and mountainous areas. The soil texture is loamy and silty in valley sides and coarse-grained in the upper slopes. In the snow-covered areas of Himalayas, these soils experience denudation and are acidic with low humus content. The soil is fertile on the river terraces and alluvial farms. The humus content in this type of soil is low in the mountainous areas because of the soil erosion. What is soil erosion? The denudation of the soil cover and subsequent washing down is described as soil erosion. The soil erosion is caused due to human activities like deforestation, overgrazing, construction and mining, etc. Also, there are some natural forces like wind, glacier and water which lead to soil erosion. Soil erosion is also caused due to defective methods of farming. Let us see the types of erosion. Gully erosion. The running water cuts through the clayey soils and makes deep channels known as gullies. This makes the land bad land, and in the Chambal basin such land is known as ravines. Sheet erosion. When water flows, topsoil over large area is washed away. It is known as sheet erosion. Wind erosion is a natural process that moves soil from one location to another by wind power. How can we conserve the soil? Contour plowing is the farming practice of plowing and planting across a slope following its elevation of contour lines. A similar practice is contour bunding, where stones are placed around the contours of slopes And contour plowing helps to reduce soil erosion. Plowing along the contour lines decelerates the flow of water down the slopes. This is called contour plowing. Terrace cultivation is a method of growing crops on sides of hills or mountains by planting on graduated terraces built into the slope. Terrace cultivation restricts soil erosion. The major benefit of terrace cultivation is the conservation of soil and water. Terraces reduce both the amount and velocity of water moving across the soil surface, which greatly reduces soil erosion. Terracing thus permits more intensive cropping. This type of agriculture practice is done in western and central Himalayas. When a large field is divided into strips and strips of grass are left to grow between the crops, then this breaks up the force of the wind. This method is known as strip cropping. You might have seen rows of trees, usually along fence lines. They are planted mainly to protect animals or crops from cold winds. Rows of such trees are called as shelter beds. Shelter beds also give shade in hot weather and protect soil from erosion. If designed properly, windbreaks or shelter beds around a home can reduce the cost of heating and cooling and save energy. Planting lines of trees to create shelter helps in the stabilization of sand dunes and in stabilizing the desert in western India. We are sure that this video would help you to understand concepts of soil as a resource. If you have any doubt related to this topic, please drop a comment in the comment box. We will get back to you at the earliest. If you have not yet subscribed this channel, do subscribe to get latest updates from full chapter CBSE guide.